a Valentino Rossi on Pedro Acosta. In MotoGP, the risks are higher, and when you crash, you hurt yourself more. Meanwhile, Jack Miller has expressed his willingness to step aside at KTM to make room for Acosta, signaling that he's ready to sacrifice his seat for the rising star. Stay tuned for the full discussion. Pedro Acosta's debut season in MotoGP has been a roller coaster, marked by both standout performances and challenging setbacks. Coming into the premier class with the weight of high expectations, Acosta quickly demonstrated his talent, securing 2 podium finishes within the first 3 Grands Prix of the season. His arrival on the MotoGP stage generated significant excitement, with many viewing him as the next rising star, particularly given his rapid success in Moto2. However, the mid-season stretch proved to be more difficult for the young rider. As the season progressed, Acosta began to experience more crashes, highlighting the unpredictability and demanding nature of MotoGP. KTM, his team, also faced its own struggles. Throughout the year, the KTM machinery often seemed to be lagging behind its main rival Ducati. The gap between the two manufacturers became more pronounced as races went on, making it harder for KTM riders, including Acosta, to maintain consistent results. Despite having experienced riders like Brad Binder on board, the performance deficit relative to Ducati put additional pressure on the team. Acosta's situation worsened during the Australian GP weekend, where he endured a significant setback. A fall during the sprint race resulted in a shoulder injury, ultimately ruling him out of the main race. This injury came at a crucial point in the season as Acosta was striving to prove his mettle in a highly competitive field. KTM's struggles with their bike performance have been a recurring theme throughout the year. Despite the presence of top-tier riders and engineering expertise, the team has struggled to close the gap to Ducati, which has continued to dominate. For a rookie like Acosta, the combination of a less competitive bike and the harsh realities of MotoGP racing have made for a steep learning curve. The crashes and subsequent injuries are a testament to the physical and mental toll that MotoGP exacts on even the most promising young talents. Nonetheless, Acosta's potential remains undeniable. His early season podiums showcased the raw talent that earned him his promotion to MotoGP in the first place. KTM, recognizing this potential, made a bold decision midway through the year to promote Acosta to their factory team for 2025, replacing Jack Miller. The move signals KTM's confidence in Acosta as a future leader of their MotoGP program, despite the challenges he's faced in his rookie year. While Acosta has yet to deliver the Grand Prix victory that some, like Jorge Lorenzo, predicted early on, his performances have still been notable. Throughout the season, Acosta and Binder have been consistently the top non-Ducati riders, a testament to their skills in navigating a competitive field. The young Spaniard's resilience and ability to bounce back from crashes and injuries have earned him respect within the paddock. Looking ahead, much of Acosta's future success will hinge on KTM's ability to close the performance gap to Ducati. If KTM can make the necessary improvements to their bike, Acosta has all the makings of a future championship contender. For now, his debut season has been one of growth, resilience, and flashes of brilliance, setting the stage for what could be a highly promising MotoGP career. Jack Miller's tenure with KTM is coming to a pivotal moment as his contract nears its end, setting the stage for a new chapter in the Australian rider's career. Miller has made it clear that he's ready to clear the path for the young talent Pedro Acosta, who has already cemented his future in the factory KTM team for next season. Although Acosta has expressed satisfaction with his current role at Tech 3, the factory team's promise to promote him after his debut season in MotoGP is a clear indication of their long-term plans for the prodigious rookie. For Miller, this marks a significant turning point. Despite knowing that his time with the factory team may be drawing to a close, he reflects on his journey with KTM and the contributions he's made to the RC16's development over the last 2 seasons. He acknowledges that the emergence of Acosta, a very fast rookie as he described, is something KTM must prioritize, understanding the importance of retaining such promising talent. Yet Miller doesn't see his work as finished. Since joining KTM, Miller has become an integral part of the team's growth and the RC16's evolution. His role in shaping the bike, particularly in a project that has seen its share of ups and downs, is a source of pride for the Australian. He remains steadfast in his belief that the KTM project is far from over. His determination to refine the RC16 and challenge the dominance of the Ducati machines demonstrates his ongoing commitment to both his craft and the team. Miller also reminds the MotoGP world of the challenges he took on when he left Ducati, arguably the best bike on the grid at the time, to join KTM, a decision many questioned. In his eyes, his move to KTM was about more than just securing wins. It was about being a part of something bigger, helping to elevate the team to new heights. He acknowledges the progress made and is confident that, with continued work, the RC16 will become a serious contender for the MotoGP crown. At the same time, whispers of a potential move to Yamaha have swirled around Miller. It's been suggested that Pramac, where Miller once thrived during his time with Ducati, could lure him back now as part of Yamaha's setup. For Miller, this potential move represents more than just a change of scenery. It's an opportunity to write the final chapter of his career under the prestigious Yamaha banner, following in the footsteps of legends like Valentino Rossi and Jorge Lorenzo. The allure of joining a team with such rich MotoGP heritage is not lost on Miller, and he views it as a chance to leave a lasting mark on the sport before hanging up his leathers. While some may doubt Miller's ability to recapture his best form with Yamaha or challenge for titles as his career winds down, the Australian remains resolute. His confidence in his abilities and his willingness to work through adversity have been hallmarks of his time in MotoGP. Whether Miller ultimately makes the move to Yamaha or remains a part of the KTM project, his determination to end his career on a high note is evident. As the only Australian rider currently in MotoGP, Miller's legacy carries extra weight. Australia has a rich history in the sport, producing world champions like Mick Doohan and Casey Stoner. However, as Miller's future becomes more uncertain, so too does the question of whether there's another rider from down under ready to step up and carry the torch for Australian motorcycling on the world stage. For now, Miller remains the face of Australian MotoGP, and his journey continues to capture the imagination of fans and commentators alike. As the 2024 season unfolds and Miller's decisions take shape, one thing is certain. His presence in the paddock will continue to be a force, whether he's helping to develop the next great KTM machine or taking on a new challenge under the Yamaha umbrella. Regardless of where he lands, Miller is determined to make his mark, leaving a legacy that will endure long after he's taken his final lap. As the 2024 season unfolds and Miller's decisions take shape, one thing is certain. His presence in the paddock will continue to be a force, whether he's helping to develop the next great KTM machine or taking on a new challenge under the Yamaha umbrella. Regardless of where he lands, Miller is determined to make his mark, leaving a legacy that will endure long after he's taken his final lap. Hey MotoGP fans, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest action.